What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Orlando Cheetah Kid with Top Sports Debate. We had a great week 5 in the NFL. We are going to get right into a review every single game. All I ask, return, hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so let's get right into it. All right, so starting off on Thursday night, this was abysmal. This was terrible. The Colts versus the Broncos. I was so mad because I knew not to bet on this game. Basically, Russell Wilson, he looked like a shell of himself. Colts is terrible. There's like 1-2. It's 1-1. It's like a weird record. I don't want to bet on this, but I'm like, man, I was bored. So I'm like, let me put $100 on the Broncos. They're the favorite to win. They're at home, and they have Russell Wilson. Them fools lost 12-9. Like all field goals. Like literally, none of these are touchdowns. It's all field goals. This was terrible to watch. RG3 said, we all deserve a free month of Amazon Prime for watching this game. If you watch the game of the Colts versus the Broncos, you might be entitled compensation. Wilson, 21 for 39. 274 yards, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. Terrible. And I don't even know who he is playing against. What was it Matt Ryan on the other team? I think that they're playing. Terrible game. This was probably the steal of the week. I believe they played in London, and the Giants came out to play. They was down a lot early because look, it was 10-3. Then what you had at 20-10. Then these boys just second half went on fire. Packers didn't even score on the second half. So the Giants are now 4-1. Rodgers, he didn't have a bad game, didn't have a terrible game, but everybody saying Barkley been doing his thing. Is he leading the league with rushing yards? He's close to it, but I think on fantasy he's dominating. Could be a little bit better. You need 100 yards a game to be able to be considered doing something crazy. Let's move me down like this. There we go. Steelers versus the Bills. This was a complete blowout. I couldn't beat my fantasy because Tyreek Hill went nuts on me. But Allen scored 50 fantasy points for me. He dominated. 424 yards only on 31 throws. 20 for 31. 424, 4 touchdowns. This is impeccable. I'm just letting y'all know now. He might make it to my number one for MVP picks, but I'll probably do that tomorrow. Davis, crazy. 3 receptions for 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like crazy. If he was catching the ball, he was scoring a touchdown. Amazing. Steelers are struggling, man. 1-4. This might be Mike Tomlin. We've just said it so many times. This might be Mike Tomlin. First time having a losing record. I said that last year, the year before, and they still came back. So can't count Tomlin out, but his quarterback situation is terrible over there. You had the Chargers versus the Browns. Chargers won last second. This was a great game. I thought the Browns was going to win early. They was up 14-3. Then the game evened out, and the Chargers end up winning that, man. So that was a great game right there. Eckler, 173 yards. Jeez, that brother was putting in massive work. And you have the Bears versus the Vikings. I won money on this one because I had the Vikings, but I was scared because, it's just the Vikings. They can give up a late lead, or they can come back and win, one of the two. But they end up pulling it out. They are literally 3-0 in their division and 4-1. So they're not a good team, but their record got them a lot better than what they is. They figuring it out. Got Kirk Cousins. Everybody talk they smack about him. 296 yards, 1 touchdown. Cook had 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Jefferson, my fantasy player, 154 yards, but he ain't no touchdown. I need him to get touchdown. Lions. Oh my damn! Oh no! I freaking hate the Lions, dog. I hate y'all. We went from the best offensive team in the NFL with the worst defense to the worst defense and the worst offensive team. Y'all couldn't score 1 point. One field goal. I feel sorry for my boy that actually went out there for his birthday. He flew out to wherever the hell it is at Boston to watch them get their asses handed to him. 29-0. Jesus. Golf ain't do nothing. The Lions will make any. If I was a quarterback for just my son Pee Wee League, man, I will make me look like a Hall of Famer. Them DBs just terrible. Oh man. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Saints end up pulling out a win. Taysom Hill went nuts. He went nuts. This was a game to watch. This was probably the most exciting game. 39-32. Geno actually played great. 268, 3 touchdowns. But Hill did it all. He did 112 yards carrying, 3 touchdowns. He threw the ball for touchdowns. He did everything he needed. Now the Jets, I lost money on this one because I thought the Dolphins would be able to figure it out because they had who was their backup quarterback? I forget who's the Dolphins. It's not Geno Smith. I forget who it is. But they got their butts blown out. 40-17. Nobody expected that one because they was a spread. I think that's probably favored by like 7 points to win, and y'all got blown out. So shout out to the Jets. They figured it out. Good stuff. Falcons, they made it a lot. Like, come on, Brady, this year I have no faith in them winning any, going deep or win no Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl or bust. I don't see it at all. Their team looked terrible. You up, 20, what is that? 21-0 is a blowout. 21-0, and then y'all let them score 15 points straight. And that terrible call they did on a roughing the passer. So Brady possibly was going to lose that game. He threw 52 times, 351 yards for 1 touchdown. That's underwhelming. You had the Titans. I won on this one too. They, Commanders made it interesting. I'm mad because I pulled my money out early on FanDuel. I put $100. I was going to win like 170 or something. When I was up 122 or 26, I just took the $26 and canceled it out because I just didn't like the feeling. I thought Commanders could have just messed around and messed up my money, but should have left it in there. Texans and the Jaguars. Nobody expected that one. I lost money right there. Going on the Jaguars. It's like that's the team like going betting on the Lions. You don't bet on the Jaguars, so that's my fault. Texans is trash too, but they got me. Trevor Lawrence did nothing but threw picks. Blowout right here. They got their coach fired. Baker Mayfield is trash. I told everybody when it wasn't cool that Baker Mayfield was trash for multiple reasons. When he couldn't get the ball to Odell Beckham Jr., I'm like, yo, he's actually an under average quarterback. Like, he shouldn't be in the NFL. He's not good. Y'all seeing it, man. He got the worst QBR in the NFL. He got the worst completion rate in the NFL, but he's trash. Garoppolo is doing Garoppolo. Cowboys, this is up for win of the week right here. Cowboys versus the Rams. I lost right here because I took the Rams. I thought it was time for Donald them to get to that backup quarterback, and it was at home, so I expected them to be able to pull this one out. I think they was a favorite by like 4 or 7, and y'all lost by 12, man. Stafford looking trash, man. Even though 308 yards, 1 touchdown, pointless. Eagles pulled it out late, man. That was a great game right here. The Eagles are flying 5-0. These boys cannot be stopped. Can't be stopped. Hurts is 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. He might still be my MVP, my leading for the MVP. You have the Bengals versus the Ravens. I got scared on this one too. Usually I leave my money in because usually this is how it go. I will put my money in and I'll have the time to take out. Hey, Orlando, you can pull out $189 for the $100 you put in and save money, but I'll just let it ride and the Ravens will come back and they will lose. They will lose this game. Completely lose this game and I'll be pissed. So I took some money. I forget what it was. I won, but I should have left it in there. But it's a catch-22. Lamar did what he needed to do, but mainly it all come down to Justin Tucker. He's the best kicker in the NFL. Possibly one of the best in history outside of probably like Hansen from the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions leading scorer of all time is a field goal kicker. I tell you how bad we are. Yeah, I said that the Bengals won't make it to the playoffs this year. It's just they got lucky last year. Nobody can protect your quarterbacks. It's just not going to work. This game was crazy. How the hell? This game was out of hand. At a time, I think it was 20-0 or 17-0 or something crazy. And the Chiefs did the Chiefs. Came back, man. They going to mess around and probably win it all this year because without Buddy, they're still looking amazing. 4-1, man. And the Raiders 1-4. Trash. Feel bad for Adams. He's getting suspended for pushing that cameraman down. If you knew better, you would do better. Hit that good old subscribe button. Let me know what games did you like, did you appreciate the most. I'm Orlando Cheetah K with Top Sports Debate. Talk to you guys soon.